Happy May the 4th, everybody. Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, which is, you know, always a fun day. Star Wars Day is always a fun day. So I hope you're having a great Star Wars Day. And we got new Star Wars content today. As everybody out there knows, the new Kenobi show is coming out as of, I think it's May 27th. They did change the date on that. They moved it back a little bit. And they had a whole announcement about it, and there's going to be 2 episodes that come out on May 27th as opposed to launching it earlier. So that happened. We got a previous trailer for it. We got this new trailer for it that we're going to watch today, and we're only a few weeks out. So it's pretty exciting stuff for Star Wars fans. I thought what we do today is react to this trailer, and then just let me break it down a little bit. Now, you notice that the title of my video was called I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous about Kenobi, and I'll tell you why that is. There's a couple of reasons I have to be a little bit nervous about Kenobi. But let's first watch the trailer, and we'll get into it. We'll get into it from there. So adding the trailer to the feed. Here we go. So for those of you who didn't pick up on that little music, which most of you probably did, that is an adaptation of Duel of the Fates, which is so cool that they added that in here. So I'm stoked about that. That's kind of a new addition. I don't think we heard that before. We did hear maybe a little bit of some other music weaved in there, but I don't think we've heard that particular track before. But you let me know if I'm wrong about that.
They're coming. Stay hidden, or we will not survive. Leave us.
Every Star Wars show now will have Luke in it somehow. This is how funny would it be if that was dramatically de-aged Mark Hamill? That would be really funny.
Oh, when the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
Ouch, dude. Ouch. Like you trained his father? Bro, just drive a needle right in him.
You still want Kenobi? He's gone.
I don't know who is saying that. You still want Kenobi? He's gone. I'm not sure. Not sure who's saying that. That's interesting.
Maybe you've been looking in the wrong places. I want every lowlife and bounty hunter to squeeze him.
No, there you saw one of the I can't remember, Deveronian, I believe they're called. Here, I'll go back and you can actually see the clip. It's see right there, Darth Maul style. So it could be that they called Black Sun, I believe, the crime syndicate that Maul is a part of. Maybe he hired some other Deveronians. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. We did a movie that had a Deveronian in it, but there's a couple different types, right? There's the Maul type with the red, and then there's the other types with the more brown coloring. And I used to know this stuff because I was writing a Star Wars script. You can watch that on my other channel on How Stories Work with Jay Sherer. On that channel, we did a Star Wars fan film. I can't remember the name of them. Leave me down in the comments. Let me know the exact name of this type of species here in the Star Wars universe. But they're fantastic, and it's good to see them here. Looks like Obi-Wan's been doing some jujitsu or something, man. Every single scene he's in, he's throwing somebody over his shoulder. It's pretty funny. And then there was a couple shots in here that I want to see a little bit closer.
You can't run, Obi-Wan! You can't escape him!
By the way, Camille Nanjiani, I think that was Camille. He looks like he's trying to be in every cool Disney property at this point. He was in Marvel's Eternals, and he's now in Star Wars. He wants to do MCU and Star Wars, apparently. And then you have the Vader theme at the end. So you have the Duel of the Fates theme at the beginning, Vader theme, a version of it at the end, and that's about it. That's the trailer right there. Some thoughts. Why did I put that I was nervous in the title of this video? Well, there's a couple reasons. They can put together an amazing trailer, by the way. So I don't think it's a bad trailer, but it's not showing us a lot that's new. I think that this is primarily a get hyped about May the 4th, right? Get hyped about Star Wars Day. Here's a new trailer for Kenobi, which is only coming out in 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. And to me, this is a little bit of them kind of rehashing what they've already given us. So what's new in the trailer? There's a couple new shots, but they're rehashing some of the older shots. We saw Luke again, right? Like same shot of Luke that we saw before. Several shots of the Inquisitors that we've seen before. Everything's really brief. Everything's really jump cut, which is all cool. It's all cool. But I was reflecting on this and I was thinking to myself, what have we received from Disney over the last year and a half or so? And what does that indicate that we're going to get from Disney in the future? Hey, what's up? The Blue Pacific Boys. And by the way, thanks for commenting on the other video. I really appreciated that. Thanks for checking out that video. The Blue Pacific Boys commented on my video comparing and contrasting the Batman to Spider-Man No Way Home. So I appreciate that. So I'm hyped about Star Wars, right? I love Star Wars. Star Wars is amazing. The only Star Wars you can see in the studio right now, by the way, is this Leia picture right here. Special thanks to Win Erickson for donating that to the studio. There's also a Han Solo over there, but you can't see it as well. But I'm always excited about new Star Wars. Now, my concern, the reason I'm a little bit nervous is because they didn't show us a lot of new things. Now, in a world where trailers didn't spoil things for you, that would be fine. But a lot of the trailers that we're getting for a lot of the newer stuff have a lot more exciting things in them. So I was kind of surprised that we didn't get more out of this particular trailer. Again, not disappointed. I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but it does make me nervous when they push the show back, right? They pushed it back. And then there is there's this concern of mine. I'm like, well, they pushed it back. Why are they doing that? Are they spending extra time on any of their visual effects? Sometimes that's the case. They're actually spending extra time on their visual effects. Sometimes it's because they needed to do a few reshoots or something. Maybe they had some scheduling conflicts because they're probably using what do they call that thing? The giant, I always forget the name of it. It's not the Void, but it reminds me of the Void or whatever. They have the big screen that they film on. Maybe they had some scheduling conflicts where they were going back and forth on that. And by the way, we get another comment here from the Blue Pacific Boys over here on YouTube. This Kenobi trailer was beyond epic, though I'm worried about the direction the story will go. Yeah, so same place I'm at, right? Like I'm a little bit nervous because they're not showing us as much. They delayed it a little bit. Now those things could all be innocuous. They could not be a big deal, but it just worries me a little bit. I'm like, what? Why aren't they showing us more? Or why didn't they give us more? In this trailer, we obviously see that Vader's in it, and like I said, there was some cool. Got Duel of the Fates on the front end. We got a little bit of the Vader theme on the back end. All that stuff is amazing. But I can't help but be a little bit nervous about this one. Last year, Sony had the best MCU movie of 2021. Right. So I came out, the podcast from yesterday covers that in a lot more detail. Like Spider-Man No Way Home was amazing and did awesome, but technically that was a Sony production. Obviously Feige is involved and stuff, so he helps shape things. And Feige was involved way back with the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, I believe. So Feige knows Spider-Man really well. It's fantastic. But the other 3 movies that we got from the MCU from Disney last year, we got Black Widow, we got Eternals, and we got Shang-Chi. Those are sort of middle of the road to lower in the MCU tier category. So I don't know exactly what's going on with Disney. Just so that you have context, there's a lot of people out there that are bashing Disney. They don't like Disney. They have like an ideological perspective about how Disney is bad or wrong. I'm not even factoring any of that in because I don't care about that stuff. I care about the stories. I always want to talk about the stories. That's all I want to talk about. And then we got Book of Boba Fett, which I'm a huge Mandalorian fan. I thought Book of Boba Fett was okay. Book of Boba Fett had some great moments and then had some weird moments. Um, so I can't help but be a little bit nervous. I hope what happens is it's amazing, and all of my nervousness or all of my worries about what could happen with this show will just be completely erased, and it'll just be like, yeah, it's amazing. But like we like to talk about with my buddy Josh Taylor from Modern Mouse Radio, I'm good. I'm good on this era of Star Wars. I don't necessarily need more stories in this era of Star Wars. I don't need more Tatooine. I don't need more Luke. I mean, every time I see a trailer like this, I get excited because these are characters that I love. So I get super hyped about it and I want to see it. But at the same time, what I would love is to see new characters and new eras. Let's go back to the High Republic. Let's go back to the Old Republic. Let's go back to something else that we haven't seen before in live action. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I do think the storytellers are doing a phenomenal job of tying everything together, bringing on all these different elements and putting them in place. But and I'm always hyped to see Luke on screen. It's going to give me goosebumps every time that happens. I'm always hyped to see, Ahsoka show up. Having a Boba Fett show was fantastic because I loved Boba Fett, but some of these things seem like they are more inspired, and then some of these things we've seen in the last year seem a little less inspired. And so the things that we saw pre-2021 were like giving us the best of the best. We got Endgame from Disney. We got, now granted, Star Wars hit a few snags with its sequel trilogy. Pretty much, I don't think, I'll say this. I was happy with the sequel trilogy. I'm not a sequel trilogy hater in any way, shape, or form. But if you were to go around and poll people, for the most part, the sequel trilogy was like, it's okay, right? Some people love it, some people hate it, but like for the most part, people are like, it's okay. But obviously Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams had very different visions for what they wanted to see, and so that created this sort of odd back and forth between the movies. And so Star Wars has had this kind of rocky road. We had these amazing, I don't think anybody dislikes Rogue One. Rogue One is one of the best Star Wars films. It's my second favorite Star Wars film. We got The Mandalorian, which is my favorite Star Wars thing that's ever been produced. And I'm an original trilogy guy. So like Mandalorian. So if you ask me like, what are your favorites? Just to give you context, Mandalorian's my favorite Star Wars thing. My second favorite Star Wars thing is Empire Strikes Back. My third favorite Star Wars thing is Rogue One. Okay. So it gives you kind of a feel for what I like. So Kenobi, I think, will be awesome. And then I hope that after Kenobi, and I know, I guess we're still getting a Cassian Andor show, although it seems like Kenobi was announced later and is finishing faster. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening with Andor. They may have some scheduling conflicts with some of the actors or something, but it's sort of, I don't know what happened to that show. It sort of seems like it's in the background somewhere. I didn't even know we were getting Boba Fett, and then Boba Fett was out, but they had announced Andor, I feel like, before that. So I'm not sure what's happening with that show. But my whole point is, I just really hope that we can move beyond this era of Star Wars. Let's get out of the Skywalker era, for lack of a better term, and let's move into some different stories that we've never seen before. So if you're in the chat, if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, let me know what you would like to see next. Do you want to see more Skywalker era type of content, or do you want to move beyond the Skywalker era and see something from the Old Republic or the High Republic, or even something that's fast forwarded, right? We can see something that's in the future of Star Wars, which would be fantastic. So let me know in the chat, and we can talk about what that might look like. I do think that I'm not necessarily so a little bit more context. I am not super familiar with the Inquisitors. So there was a lot of controversy about the Inquisitors and their design. Here we got a Facebook user saying, a Finn saga, please. Dude, I think we can all say that Finn got the short end of the stick with the sequel trilogy, right? Because Finn is amazing. Finn in the original movie, what is it? Episode 7, The Force Awakens. It seemed like they were going to build some of the sequel trilogy off Finn's character. And then he gets kind of lost. He goes on a side quest in the second film. And then in the third film, he's sort of seen as a sidekick, but there was indications in the first film, in The Force Awakens, that he was going to be a much bigger deal. So yeah, a Finn saga would be cool because John Boyega is amazing in that role, and I would love to see him. I would love to see him there. And now I think that like the problem with the sequel trilogy was the cast of characters that they were dealing with were really fantastic. The cast of characters was amazing, and yet the storytelling got kind of, what word do I want to use? Got kind of weird because obviously there was a different vision in mind for, you know, what they wanted to accomplish between J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson. So we got a couple more comments here. Blue Pacific Boys. For the most part, I'm loving the Mandalorian era of Star Wars and would love more from it. Book of Boba Fett wasn't the best, but I still think there's more great stuff to be done in that era. That's true. I mean, come out with a new Mandalorian show. I'm in, man. A new Mandalorian season. It's my favorite Star Wars. My favorite Star Wars. I think what the reason why I say move beyond the Skywalker era is only because they seem to feel pressure to put the Skywalker era characters in with the Mandalorian. You know, you could have had the Mandalorian show where the main bad guy was what's his name? I want to say Gideon. Is that right? I can't. Sometimes when you're doing these live shows and I don't have notes to work off of, I like, oh, do I remember it or do I not remember it? It totally depends. Oh, Moff Gideon. That's why I was right. Yeah. So yeah, he was great. He was not a villain we'd ever seen before. He's great. Like that kind of stuff is awesome. Now, do I love the moment when Luke comes on the screen in Mandalorian season 2? Of course. That's amazing. Amazing moment. But I don't need that to happen, right? I don't need Luke to be in every series from here on out. It doesn't need to be something that I have. Our Facebook user, which is, I'm gonna guess that's Dale, but I'm not sure because sometimes when you're doing these live shows and I use StreamYard, you have to accept something in Facebook for it to show you as so I know who it is. But this Facebook user says he was the main person in Force Awakens for me, and then it shifted to Rey and Kylo, and that's 100% right. That's 100% right. They shifted the focus. There was actually an indication that Rey and Finn were two characters that they were anticipating giving a potential love story to. And then and granted, like I didn't pick up on, now this could have been my lacking subtleties or something, right? But I didn't pick up on a love connection necessarily between Rey and Kylo in The Force Awakens. It seemed more like there was a sibling rivalry type of connection. But then when Rian Johnson took over, the Finn love connection sort of just started fading away. They actually I think that what they tried to do with Rose was make her Finn's love connection as if she was a replacement for Daisy Ridley's character, for Rey. And then they tried to bring in a love connection with Kylo. And that felt a little bit like a turn. And then in the third film, they just did it. They like, in the third film, they messed with a lot of stuff. So yeah, I think, look, I'm hoping that Kenobi's going to be awesome. Like the Blue Pacific Boys, I'm a little bit worried about what direction the story will go in. However, the trailer is epic. The trailer is fun. May 27th is right around the corner, so we'll be able to tell very, very soon. So I'll leave it at that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little bit nervous. I hope that the fandom isn't toxic. Let's all not be toxic. Let's agree not to be toxic. And let's hope that we like it. All right? So hope you enjoyed the trailer. I hope you have a great May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And I will catch you. We are recording tomorrow. I'm recording tomorrow with Michael Young from Nerd Soul, and we are going to talk about episode 6 of Moon Knight, which I've only seen about half of now. So if you want to join us to talk about that, I'm coming back at you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, tomorrow to talk about the season finale of Moon Knight. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys enjoyed the Kenobi trailer. You can still leave me your comments down below, and I will respond to them if I get a chance later today or tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you guys all later.